Well, good morning. We are glad that you joined us, and we are here talking about holiday scams. We're actually going to do the 12 scams Christmas. And my name is Jason. I'm with the Better Business Bureau. The name of our Better Business Bureau is actually the Better Business Bureau Serving the Fall Line Corridor. Now, we came up with that name because we have offices in Augusta, Macon, and Columbus, and that was known as the Fall Line. And we actually serve over 77 counties, over 47,000 businesses, and over 2.5 million consumers. And it seems like we're always doing something. There's always something going on, and we cannot do it by ourselves because we have some wonderful friends. And one of our friends is, it's Mr. Sean Conroy. And Mr. Sean, will you tell us a little bit about yourself, please?
Hey, thank you, Jason. And we appreciate the Better Business Bureau inviting us to this holiday scam webinar. And Jason said it, in consumer protection, it takes a number of players to working together to help stop scams and protect consumers. And so at the Attorney General's Consumer Protection Division, we're the state level consumer protection law enforcement organization, and we enforce a number of consumer protection laws, including the Fair Business Practices Act. We have counselors available for consumers to contact Monday through Friday. And we, on our website at consumer.ga.gov, you can learn more about us as well. Our phone number, and we'll probably give this out again later in the program, is 404-651-8600. So what we try to do at our office is investigate complaints when they're in the public interest. We don't represent individual, and we get about 18 to 20,000 complaints a year. We have a staff of about 45 people, investigators, lawyers, counselors that again talk to consumers. So we also place consumer information on our website. We have a program called Ask Consumer Ed where we answer consumer questions twice a month from real consumers, and so that's our organization in a nutshell. And I'll pass it back to you, Jason.
Well, it's always funny to me when people say, what do you do at the Better Business Bureau? And I always say, well, a lot. And because the Better Business Bureau tends to act like a funnel or an intake, and we get it. And what we do is, with these great friends like Sean at the Attorney General's, Consumer Protection Division, we're able to say, hey, it needs a greater look. It needs a state level investigation. And so we're able to push it up to him. But then when we need to go, more with a federal level, then we call our friend Anna. And Anna's always been a great friend to our Better Business Bureau. And so would you tell us a little bit more about yourself?
Sure, Jason. And just to echo Sean, we always appreciate partnering with the Better Business Bureau as well as the State Attorney General's office. We can't do our work without our great partners. And so we just appreciate being invited to be here today and to hear from everyone about what they're seeing in regards to scams, because the Federal Trade Commission's mission is to stop unfair or deceptive acts or practices in the marketplace. And that runs the gamut from anything from robocalls to frauds to some of the scams we're going to talk about today to nationwide false advertising. I do have to give a standard disclaimer before we begin that any views I express today are my own and do not necessarily reflect the views of the Commission or any of the individual 5 commissioners. But I look forward to talking with everybody and getting some great information out there about how people can protect themselves from some of the scams we're going to be talking about today.
So with these different scams, we're calling it the 12 scams of Christmas. And I can promise you that a scammer is not your true love. So he's not going to be bringing you, 2 turtle doves. But what I can tell you is that the organizations that you would turn to for relief during scams or for help with scams or to, what we would prefer to be educated before you ever fall for a scam is the Better Business Bureau, the Attorney General's Office, the Consumer Protection Division, and the Federal Trade Commission. So what we're doing is we're bringing all three of them to you. 10th day of Christmas, scammers bring unusual forms of payment. Now, Sean, when I want that awesome gift off that crazy web address that I haven't researched, and they're asking for 63 raccoon pelts, is that okay?
Yeah. I'll tell you, we're in the silly season for these scam artists with the supply chain issues and so forth. So if you're looking for that much wanted game console or other product, and you wind up on a third party site, and you are then asked to wire money or use some other electronic app to send money, that's a red flag. You want to verify who you're dealing with first of all, and deal with trusted sellers on websites, and be very cautious of something that's just posted, on a random website about, I've got this product. The price is too good to be true, and I'd also like you to wire the money to this address. Those are red flags. But if our judgment may be impaired because we want to get that gift, there's a need to get that before the holiday is here. So it's something that, again, you need to look before you leap into these situations, because often the protections that you get with a credit card are good. The credit card company will assist you if there's a fraudulent transaction. If you wire the money, you will not see that money again. That's almost a guarantee. And it's also important, and this is something we need, if you are a victim of a scam, report it to law enforcement. Please. We rely on the complaints, report it to the Better Business Bureau. We rely on the victims of scams to report it, because we don't know unless people tell us of what's happening out there in the marketplace.
And I love what you're saying, and we certainly do not work for the credit card companies. If we did, we would, probably have a little nicer backdrops, or, we would be elevated a bit. But we don't work for the credit card companies, but we do believe that, you should have an added layer of protection to where you can go through and you can verify your purchases. And you get that opportunity with your monthly statement. You might not get that opportunity if you go buy a prepaid gift card. If somebody asks you to go get an Apple Pay or Google Play or Venmo me or, Cash App me, all of those are instant. And, that's why people want that, is because it's instant payments. And that means they can get out of town, and you have no recourse. So if anybody asks you to pay differently, pump the brakes.